Raptors lose 112-109. If you didn't watch the game and are just kind of getting in on the post-game show here to really see how this game has gone, then the scoreline does us, I think, a little bit of favors. The Raptors were really, really good in the second half. They actually win the second half by 18 points. They won the third quarter 33-21. They won the fourth quarter 26-20. But they lost this game. Now, what I said at halftime was, after obviously, if you're doing the math correctly, the Raptors were down by 21 at halftime. I said I wanted a good performance in the second half. I wanted to win the third quarter. I wanted to win the fourth quarter. Well, we did more than just win them. We really, really took it to Miami, made this one very, very interesting. But unfortunately, the reality is here that the Miami Heat still win this game. And our second quarter was so terrible that it put us in such a hole where the Raptors just could not climb out of it. And that's just something that, you can't lose an NBA game in a 6-minute stretch where you play poorly. Like you just let yourselves down so much in that stretch and showcase for the rest of the game that maybe you are the better team in this discussion. But that little pocket makes you pay, and all of a sudden, you were up, or you were 1-0. Now you're 1-2. Super early goings, a 1-2 record. You're not going to be remembering this 1-2 record if the Raptors are well above 500 at the end of the season. But some concerns that we do need to talk about, and some good things that we are going to discuss as well, because we did win the second half by such a wide margin. So for starters, simple box score here. Pascal Siakam with another excellent game. We asked him to improve his free throws. He did just that. He goes 7 for 8, 8 for 19 from the field. Near triple-double again. 23 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Man, what a game. Only 1 turnover as well. What a game. My God. Can we just talk about this a sec? What a game by Pascal Siakam yet again. OG Anunoby, he's continuing to frustrate me in these first 3 games. Am I calling for a trade? No. No, absolutely not. But 5 for 14 from the field is super, super frustrating, especially when he goes 3 for 6 from 3. That tells me he goes 2 for 8 from 2s. The reason OG is going 2 for 8 from 2s is because he's settling for really bad shots from 2. He's taking deep contested 2s. He's taken early in the shot clock 2s with guys all over him, low efficiency shooting opportunities, and they're not going in. And they continue to not go in. They weren't going in last season. If you dive into the analytics of this Raptors team, that is a really inefficient shot that hinders the Raptors from getting to their ceiling. OG Anunoby taking these 2-pointers, deep 2s, and I don't know why the Raptors, who are a very analytically driven team, are continuing to allow him to do that. OG is at his best when he's doing less. Less is more for OG. If he's focusing on getting downhill to the rim, if he's focusing on kicking out, if he's focusing on hitting those catch and shoot threes, he is at his best. And when he's at his best, he can do that, be one of the best role players in the league, and average 17, 18 points per game. But, we have to have that discussion about it. Scotty Barnes in this one was playing well before, unfortunately, he got injured. And I really hope he's going to be available on Monday when we replay the Miami Heat. Van Vliet, not a good game for him from a shooting standpoint. He's a guy that we really could have used tonight from there. Does have a good game overall, in my opinion. He does have 3 steals, only 1 turnover, 10 assists. Just we need to get the shots going for Fred. Gary Trent comes alive in the second half, 23 points with a big catalyst in the Raptors getting back in this game here. 7 for 18 from the field, 5 for 12 from 3. I'll take that from Gary Trent Jr. Just free throws aren't falling like they were for him. Achua, we wanted a bounce back game as well. He gave it to us. 18 points with a plus 16. Led the Raptors in plus minus. 5 for 9 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3. Give me that every game, Precious. 11 rebounds as well. A good double-double, but some good individual performances. We lose the game still. A lot of points coming from Miami. 20 for Strus off the bench. Man, oh man. Let's go into the team stats here. Raptors win the possession battle eventually, but they shoot so inefficiently that the Miami Heat can still come away with this win. They out-rebound us, and big thing right here. Look at this. They go 93% if you're rounding from the line. 93% from the line. We go 75%. That 75 is not good enough. It's got to be above 80. if you're a good team in the NBA, they shoot 92. They hit 4 more free throws than us on 1 less attempt. How much do we lose this game by? Not to sound like a shitty high school coach when I say that, but they hit 4 more free throws in this game, and they win it by 3. Like, as plain as the eye can see with that one. Whole other host of things are to talk about as well, but that's something where, you got to look at. Turnovers, they turn the ball over a lot. We don't. That's frustrating. We force 15 turnovers and only commit 6, right? That's annoying. We dominate the possession battle and lose this game. So, inefficiency is probably where the Raptors really go wrong tonight. And I would say defensively, it goes wrong. They had a ton of points at halftime. They had 71 points at halftime. They only get 41 in the second half. But, the inefficiency of the Raptors is a little bit of a problem. And you also have to have the discussion about the defense in that pocket where it really went cold, because you just can't have that. The East is too good. The East is way too good to fall asleep in these moments, because there's never going to be an off night in the Eastern Conference. There's never going to be an off night. There's way too much talent in this league that you need to keep your foot on the throttle in all of these games. And when you don't, teams like the Miami Heat, they could finish anywhere from like 8-1 in this conference. A team as good as the Miami Heat is just going to make you pay. And that's exactly what they did tonight. They got up to that 21-point lead, and they did enough to hang on to it for the rest of the game because they are a good team, and that's just what it is. So, unfortunate. Some positives to take away. Siakam is cooking, and this team fights. We need to see that fight for 48 minutes. Much improved from the bench. Would really, really love to see Otto Porter Jr. come back from injury. I don't even know what his status is. I also don't know what the status is for Chris Boucher. We missed his energy off the bench, especially in the first half. It got really, really flat late on in the second quarter, and I feel like Boucher's energy off the bench could have lifted us up a little bit. But again, guys, really, really unfortunate the way this game transpired, because we do play well, and we were the much better team in the whole landscape of the game, but Miami just got out to such a lead at halftime. What's great is that, I feel like the Raptors can be a better team than the Miami Heat this season. You're playing away, and I get that, but what's great is that, the adjustments that you want to make the next time you play the Heat, well, you play them on Monday. You get 1 day's rest. You're back at it against the Miami Heat in South Beach again. Let's make those adjustments. Let's take what we did well, take away what we didn't do well, and try to amend those mistakes. We got them on Monday. Let's go get a win there. Let's get back to 2-2. We're both 1-2 going into that next game. This team is going to be fine, guys. We're not going to overreact We're not going to overreact to 3 games. We're not going to say we need to trade OG because he struggled in these 3 games. But I am a little bit I'm a little bit confused as to why the Raptors aren't addressing the OG mid-range situation. That is something that we need to address. OG's got to understand his role. I know he wants a bigger role with this team, and he's spoken about that. But this team is at its best when OG is providing more of that role. I know. Chat's talking, Tom is talking in chat. We're not going to overreact too late. Yeah, I know what it is. I'm just trying to say what you should feel. OG needs to be traded. That's not true. Timo, by the way, if you're watching this in clips, Timo suggests we should trade OG for Clint Capella. One of the most laughable takes I may have ever heard in my life. So you can laugh about that in the chat, in the comment on the clips channel as well after this one. So that's the type of overreactions we can get. But again, going to reiterate, it's game 3. We're 1-2. We're going to be okay, guys. We're still poised to have a great season. We lose by 3 tonight. We lose by 4 the day before. You lose your 2 games by combined 7 points. You're right there in both of those games, it seems. Let's just make sure that we clean up a little bit of things. We clean up a few things, and those 2 losses turn into wins. And all of a sudden, you're 3-0, and chat's talking about winning an NBA championship this season. So It's the ebbs and flows of NBA basketball. Let's go make sure we get to 2-2 in the next game on Monday against the Miami Heat. Hope to see you there. We live stream every game on YouTube at Amateur Hour Sports. Channel is here. Check out that channel if you haven't done so. If you're watching the stream right now, make sure you're subscribed to Amateur Hour Sports for more videos or for more streams like this. And also on the off days, we do videos. There will be a video out tomorrow on Amateur Hour Sports. If you're watching this on the Clip channel, it is the next day. Make sure you subscribe to the Clips channel for a post-game show like this for every single Raptors game and like the video there. Check out all things Amateur Hour. We have 3 different channels: Amateur Hour Sports, Amateur Hour TV, and Amateur Hour Clips. Tons of content all throughout the Raptors season. Keep it locked. We'll see you again next time for another post-game show.